distinguishes the ideas as the research grows. Public speaking shines and the confidence flows.
Namaskar. So, how many of you here like to listen to stories? Well, I do. So, let's start with one. One day, on a hot summer afternoon, Meera returned from school. She knocked on the door eagerly, waiting to meet her grandparents. As soon as the door opened, she ran in and hugged her grandparents. After freshening up, she sat down to watch the TV. Suddenly, she realized that she wanted to ask something to her grandparents for a very long time. Dadaji, she said, what is that black stain on the floor near the TV? I remember seeing it since my childhood. That is where our family temple of Radha Krishna stood, replied grandfather slowly. Then he began speaking again. The temple was built by my grandfather with his own hands. The deities were worshipped by my grandmother and mother. The whole family used to come together for morning prayers daily. We also used to listen to stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata. But one day we bought a new TV. To make space for the new TV, the temple was shifted a little to the left. As the generations progressed, the size of the TV grew bigger and bigger, leaving a very little space for the temple. Now, eventually, there was no space left for the temple and we had to sell it. Now, nobody even bothers to join hands in front of the Lord. Everybody is busy watching TV glued to their seats. Meera noticed tears in her grandmother's eyes while she added, I long to talk to you children, but you were always busy watching TV. I did not allow anybody to clean the stain as it reminded me of old happy times. Hare Krishna everybody, my name is Anushri Rajput and you must be wondering why I left the story in the middle. I left it so that you all can figure out the ending in the last. Anyway, this is the story of this particular family. But it is about time that we forget about mythology and get glued to today's technology. Let me ask you a question. How many of you, especially the children, wake up early even on holidays to join hands in front of Lord to express your gratitude towards Him? I can see not many of us have raised our hands. Even I also forget at times. Have you ever wondered why we are taught so many prayers which we don't even understand the meaning of? At the end of my presentation, you will get answers for each one of these questions. So, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of the word mythology? The old, the untrue, the unrealistic, etc. Well, it's definitely more than that, I can say. According to me, Hindu mythology is the history of India. Growing up in a diverse country like India, our young minds have often been titillated by the stories. In childhood, we had so much fun listening to the stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata, in which Eklavya gave his thumb to Dronacharya, who did not even teach him in real life. But as we grow up, we leave the stories like that without actually trying to understand the great meaning they try to convey to us. In this story, we can see the not giving up attitude of Eklavya and his persistence towards his goal. We can also see that even though Dronacharya did not accept Eklavya as his disciple, Eklavya still accepted him as his guru. I got this interested in mythology when I attended a summer camp last year. It was so fun that it made me research further. And you wouldn't believe, the more you research, the more reasons you get to believe that Hindu mythology is real. It always had a great impact on me. From reading stories of Lord Ganesh, Goddess Lakshmi, Lord Hanuman, it has made my life even more easier, happier and stress-free. I aim to make this world a better place by inspiring people with Hindu mythology. Let's say Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, etc. while greeting somebody instead of saying hello. Hare Krishna everybody! There is nothing that Hindu mythology doesn't teaches us. It teaches us to be vigilant in order to avoid being misled. From how to be an awesome friend and an amazing brother or sister to a person so sincere in dharma who would die in order to follow it. But until you never discover it yourself, you never know. Do you also know how many great scientists were inspired by mythology? One such scientist is Robert Oppenheimer. Many of us know him. He was the head of the science lab when the first atomic bomb was invented. Well, Oppenheimer studied Sanskrit, the Vedas and the Bhagavad Gita and quoted, "Access to the Vedas is the greatest privilege this century may claim over all other previous centuries. The Vedas and the Bhagavad Gita were perfect in their understanding of the universe. Even our Manu Bhaker, who won 2 medals in the Olympics, said that she read Gita daily, which helped her to focus and concentrate." Well, what do you think Meera must have done after listening to the story? Well, she went straight to her room and spent the whole night making a temple out of cardboard. Now, every day she used to pray in front of God, watch less TV and interacted with her family more. Are we all not missing the wonderful things in our lives? Let us cherish it and express our gratitude towards God because He is the one who has given us all these in the first place. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. May all the world live in peace. Hare Krishna.